What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I want to have a small conversation about Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, he's a jerk that's out there running his mouth, talking greasy, talking down on blacks and everything else. We all know what kind of mouth he got, right? But nobody really knew where he lived at, okay? Now, let me just tell you about where he lives. Nick Fuentes talking all that trash and he ended up living in Illinois, okay? Some lady comes across his address. Now I'm gonna tell you how dangerous it is, man, in general for content creators. You see, some of these guys out here don't understand that your life is always in danger. And I'm gonna tell you why. People know you and you don't know them. This is everywhere I go. I walk down the street, I'm in the airport, I'm in different cities, I'm in different countries, and people know me. And you know what? Sometimes they don't even tell me they know me, but the ones that speak, they know me all the time. Now, a person like Nick Fuentes, who is a white supremacist, everybody knows him. Actually, before I kind of get back into this, I want you to hear some things he says about blacks and Africans, and then we're gonna come back.
We deserve respect. We do have a distinct identity. We are European. And the good news is Europeans are starting to become more proud of who they are. They're starting to become aware of how we're being treated, how we're not respected in this country. We matter. I mean, God forbid. It's the white people that don't get respect in this country. It's the white people that never get any respect. It's the white people that you're able to treat like shit and disrespect and be rude to and make fun of and laugh at. It's the white people that live in fear. It's the white people that if we step out of line, like Penny in New York City, remember that guy who confronted the homeless person on the subway who was harassing people, put him in a chokehold, and the white guy got arrested? And they made the black person out to be the victim. And it's so typical. A black person can be in public, totally making a scene, rude, belligerent, even to the point of violence, to the point of assault. That's fine. Don't talk about it. Don't look at it. Don't have anything to say about it. If a white person intervenes for the good of society, if a white person intervenes out of a sense of justice, he's the bad guy. He goes to jail. He lives in fear. They dox him. They harass him. They run his name through the mud. That's the problem that nobody's allowed to do anything about. People like Prime, he's just one of them. But we all know that's the attitude. They walk around swaggering, with their arms, chest puffed out because they know they can get away with anything. You can't make eye contact with them because it's gotten to the point now where they will attack you in public. Pure predation because they fear nothing. They don't fear police. They don't fear us. They don't fear the government. And why would they? There's never consequences for people like that. And they're our country. They're our country. We don't feel safe. You can't go and enjoy the city. I don't care which city, Chicago, New York, LA. You can't ride on public transportation. We all know you got to pay high property taxes for the privilege of not being near them. And even still, you go on vacation in Disney World or Six Flags or the casinos. And there they are making a scene every single time. What kind of country do you want to live in? The last thing I'll say. You can be an asshole like me and live in a country where we don't put up with that because this is America. Or you could be a good anti and live in a country where that kind of nonsense is tolerated.
So remember, this is a guy that can't get a bank account. I think he has certain restrictions because he's considered, they have on some kind of list, right? Because of his content. So a lady comes to his house. Now I can't show the whole entire clip, but I'm gonna play a little bit about it when he opens the door, and then we're gonna come back.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
So you hear the lady's like, oh, but what's wrong? Now, let me just tell you this. A few of these tweets are out here. Candace Owens says, she is lucky she wasn't in a stand your ground state or she could have been shot. I do not recommend showing up at any person's front door here in Tennessee. It is very much a FAFO state. I guess a F around and find out state. Now, Red Channel says, I strongly dislike Nick Fuentes, but this lady deserved it. He had his address leaked online. She was out of her mind to show up there IRL over some stuff said online. Let me say this, right? She didn't deserve it. He deserved it. Let me tell you like this, man. A lot of people in the Chicago drill rap scene, die over commentary about the Opps. And a lot of these YouTube dudes and content creator dudes, they're not gonna stop until somebody get their head took off. You know what I mean? Let me tell you one day, man, I was in the mall like last year. I was out, had a little bit of a little dusty day. Your boy was out there doing it big, right? I was doing it broke, but to her, I was doing it big. So I see this dude, and I'm in Acacia Mall, and so I think I was walking towards this one of these clothing stores, right? So the dude is looking at me. This is an African American guy, I can tell, right? But the dude is real swole, right? Like he should be playing for the damn Titans or something at running back. So I go in. The dude, he walks into the restaurant. He walked past me. He looking at me. I'm like, man, this dude is definitely knowing me. So I wasn't scared or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't give me any reason to be fearful. I thought that he was just walking, just trying to see if it was me. And he actually walked up to me. Now, just think about this. I'm sitting down. This is a guy that I feel like most likely is definitely stronger than me. And I'm not no weak guy, but the position that I was at. He's like, hey, are you O'Shea? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh man, I'm a big fan. And we talk when he comes into the country. I met him before. We in the same WhatsApp group. He's a stronger guy than me. I could just tell. Now, I'm just giving you the idea. What if that person was crazy, that person was strong, and that person, I was saying something against that person, and that person wanted to do something to me? Man, I would have had a hell of a day. You know what I mean? That person could have did anything that they wanted to you. And see, the thing is, you out there running your mouth online, saying all these things, and then you feel like somebody not gonna pull up on you. The next time that somebody pull up on you, it's not gonna be no woman. The next time somebody pull up on you, they gonna have something else maybe. And then when you open up the door, and she is still for going there, what if you open the door and that person just, today, like, you know what, Nick Fuentes, today is your last day, bro. Let me pull up. You open the door and boom, there you go. Cause you was running your mouth. And a lot of the content creators, they talk greasy. I see content creators, man, when I came, YouTube at the time that I first started, it was a more humble place, and I kind of kept in that old school culture of content creating. I'm not a guy that's into the flashy stuff. I'm not a guy that's, trying to basically shine, but I do see YouTubers doing that now. I see YouTubers with gold chains now. I see YouTubers doing all kind of stuff. I see them with the chicks. I see them, here, there, and everywhere. And then one of the things that guys don't know is you're like a rapper. If a dude can't get to you, he a rapper. Hey, you the next best thing. So you putting your stuff out there, somebody gonna come see you. Somebody gonna come see you, bro. And when they gonna come see you, you don't know what they gonna do. So you gotta watch what you post online. You don't know people get doxxed, bro. People can hate you so much. I remember when Tommy was on the internet. Tommy had so many enemies, partly because of his own fault. You know what I'm saying? You could think like, hey man, anybody gonna waste their time looking up for me? People will do that, man. People will spend money. They will look for who you are. They'll look at your IP address. You know what I'm saying? They'll pull up your criminal record. They'll try to find anything on you and find out. I done heard of people calling people's moms. I remember when somebody called my stepmom before I cussed her out. You know what I mean? People crazy, man. And these dudes out here, when you say something out there online and you talk trash about people and it's that bad, you're going to end up like, hey, you don't know, somebody might want to, hey man, so what are you talking about? I remember I was in Kenya, man. It had to be about in August. And I was staying towards Westlands over there, right? I think that's what it was. So some brother, man, it's the first time it happened in a decade. Some dude stopped me on the street. He's like, man, what kind of content you putting out there? An older guy. So I was on the phone with somebody. I was like, let me call you back, man. I kind of had to brace myself, man, just because, or just if it kind of go down. I had to make sure I had to look at him. I'm looking at how he's standing. I'm looking at if he gonna try to get off or anything. And if he do, I'm right there with him. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know. But he ended up being a cool guy, man. He's a smart brother out the East Coast. But like I said, man, you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even be saying stuff like that crazy for real. The stuff that Nick Fuentes said, man, I don't think he the dude that really, can be out there fighting. Man, somebody mop the floor with that guy. You go out there in Black Chicago, you're in Illinois too, somebody will mop the floor with you, bruh. Like you over there running your mouth on the internet and saying, well, people get mad at the internet. Nah, he shouldn't be running his mouth like that if you don't want them kind of situations to occur. Because for the most part, for a decade, I ain't never had nobody pull up on me at my address trying to fight me or anything. Never. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got to get online and hide your address and be doxxed and all that stuff because you want to, then, hey man, stand by what you say. I said it and what? Yeah, I live here and what? What y'all gonna do? Yeah. That's how you talking about it online? Because if somebody catch you slipping, hey, it's all over but the shouting, bro. People real out here. You might think it's the internet, but you're dealing with real people. Man, people got that work for you, bro. Ain't nobody playing with people out here. That's for real. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shooter Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.